Y'all, today we're going to talk about Rochelle and Melissa. Rochelle, I hope I'm saying this right, is 34 and Melissa is 36. They are Instagram influencers, with Dolores having 118,000 followers and Melissa having 10,000 followers. Well, they got caught in Mobile, Alabama with 200 pounds of cocaine. Like, what? Girls, what? And they said, okay, that was in Mobile. They was traveling from Houston, Texas to Atlanta, Georgia. They come from a party. They were super, super drunk. First of all, you don't want to get in the car doing that. Second of all, whatever. And then they get pulled over. When they get pulled over, the cops get a little suspicious. So they bring out the K9 unit. Well, the K9 unit wears them, alerts the officers, hey, there's drugs in this car. Okay, so they searched the car. And when they found, I say 200, but actually it was 217 pounds to be exact. And they had them stuff in like departments all in the car. In the SUV, like, secret compartments. These girls had even had the floorboard lowered and welded back together. Guess what? To have more storage for more cocaine. These are influencers on Instagram. Like, what? So you're telling me you're not made enough money on social media that you have to turn to craziness and have 200 pounds of cocaine in your vehicle? They are looking at a lot of time. And of course, these two, they pleaded guilty because, why? Surely they wasn't going to get up in there and say not guilty when they had all this. So yes, they pleaded guilty. And I guess we're waiting on all the trials and stuff to come out. I was like, wow. So guess what? You're trafficking cocaine. You went from Instagram following influencer, had a lot of views, a lot of followers, to a trafficking cocaine. What in the Sam hell is wrong with y'all two? Y'all, this is my opinion. What do y'all think about this? Don't you think they'd make enough money with sponsors and their audience, and they could have sold things and they was getting paid for all this stuff? To what in their right mind decided, hey, we just going to get in my SUV. We're going to have all these secret departments, and I'm going to pick up some cocaine and we're going to bring it back to Atlanta. Well, wrong answer, because your ass got caught in Alabama. Mobile, Alabama. Now, if that ain't telling you something, First of all, if you're going to pick up cocaine, you dang sure ain't going to be drunk swerving all over the road or whatever ignorance. You're going to be, sober as you can be trying to get back. Like, what? I think that was their first mistake, unless they was lying. They was probably, jacked up on cocaine or whatever. But that was their first mistake, to say you was at a party and you was drunk. Second mistake is having all this in an apartment, to think that if you get pulled over, a dog or officer or anything ain't going to think that's suspicious. It just don't make no sense to me. It absolutely don't make no sense to me that these girls had a career going. They had things going for them. One of them was a clothing, brand called Sexy Sweet. That was Melissa. Like, what? I don't understand what in their right mind got them to think that. And them officers was happy. They done caught these two females, and usually it's probably guys, done caught these two females with all of this cocaine. You see how them people be smiling in the pictures? Them officers was the happiest people on the planet that day. Guess what? Because they got something to brag about, because they just busted two on top of influencers. All of this cocaine. They was smiling, because guess what? Hey, look at me. That's what the officer's saying. I done caught these two. Yeah, we got them. And you looking like a dumbass. They happy as they can be because they caught you. And guess what? They just threw their whole life away. All of their influencers, their following, they just threw their career away. They just threw everything they have worked for and built up. They threw away in one decision to think they Miss Bright and gonna travel from Houston to Atlanta with 200 pounds of cocaine. Y'all have got to tell me, what do y'all think about this? Y'all have got to tell me. This is crazy.